and welcome back to Mika Reacts and Reviews, where we react and review to things on the internet. And today we are going to react to Calhoun's Hate Yourself. I saw his video blowing up like a few days ago. A lot of reactors were doing his video, and so I thought I'll jump on the bandwagon and I'll watch the video too. I don't believe I've ever seen any of his videos or heard any of his songs, even though I do feel like I've seen his name being floated around even before this recent video that came out January 29th, just a few days ago. It's called, again, I think I already said it, Hate Yourself. So yeah, I'm excited about this reaction, and again, it's a first time reaction at a reaction review, so I've never seen this and never heard it. So let's get right into it.
Still writing with a pen, made in America shit. Corinthians 16:13. Be on the alert, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong.
Okay, before we get into the verse, yeah, it kind of seems like my first reaction or my first instincts or assumption is that this is like going to be like a patriotic video or song pro-America or maybe even anti-America, because the American flag is burnt up in the background, but he's holding a Bible. He's talking about Bible verses, and he just said like men, real men, or men should be men, which we all know that there's like kind of an epidemic or war on masculinity, trying to feminize men because, I don't know, you make them more like women, I guess they'll be less toxic, and then on vice versa, you make women more like men. But yeah, so let's get into it.
Yourself, be afraid what they say. It's a damn shame, and I miss the old days. Hate your own skin tone, sorry for your race. I don't think they know what's about to take place. Hate yourself, be afraid what they say. It's a damn shame, and I miss the old days. Hate your own skin tone, sorry for your race. I don't think they know what's about to take place. The whole damn world burned.
Okay, I sound more like the chorus and less like the verse, but is that the, or is chorus is like the hook? I'm not like a music I'm not educated in music. I just love music, and I like deep conversations. That's my thing, but I cannot be like, oh, this bar and this beat and this is right. I can just tell you from like someone that's outside of the music world what it sounds like to me. But anyway, so yeah, I hear the part when he's saying like hate your own race, I miss the old days, which I feel like a lot of like super woke or left people would see that and think like, oh, you miss the old days because like you don't have control anymore, haha, boo-hoo, man tears. But yeah, if he's talking about as a whole hate your own race, that's one thing, but I think that he's talking about white people being told that you need to feel guilty and you need to be ashamed and you're toxic and you're a problem and you're inherently racist. You're all these bad, negative things just because you were born. Like everyone else of color are constantly told to be proud of your race and be proud of your heritage just because you're born. You're born with this pride, right? But like white people are told like, there's something inherently wrong with you just because of your race, and that is like literally mainstream acceptable. Like blatant racism is being acceptable in the mainstream, telling especially cis white males there is something inherently wrong with you just because of the way you're born, just because of your race, just because of your sex or preferred sex, or identified sex, whatever you want to call it. So I can keep going, but I'm gonna try not to make this video so long, so let's get back into it.
People so offended, I'm just glad to have a front row seat to the ending. Why they burn my flag for? Why nobody stand for? Running into one of you, the only thing I plan for. How's it feel this day and age to be afraid to say shit? God forbid you say that's gay, be labeled on some hate shit. Today's kids ain't shit, they taught that they race.
Yep, I think he's generally just talking about how crazy and hypersensitive that the world has become, especially America. But trust me, I travel. It's spreading. This mindset is spreading like a wildfire. It's spreading like cancer, and that's why it scares me. And I want to like stop it. So yeah, saying like, oh, that's gay, then all of a sudden you're like homophobic. And like PETA just came out with a list of things that you shouldn't say because it hurts animals' feelings. Like you can't say you're a chicken, or you can't say you're a rat, or something like that, because it's like it's hurtful to animals' feelings. That's the world we live in today, which should be evidence that we have evolved so much when it comes to prejudice, bias, and racism. When you have to go to, you can't say animal names as an insult because that hurts people's animals, or screaming bloody murder when someone does say like, oh, that's some gay shit or something like that. Like I understand the logic behind why people say you shouldn't say it, because like, well, maybe you're just saying it as a offhanded saying and you don't mean anything by it, but then like you eternalize it, or it makes it seem like being gay is a negative thing, but it doesn't mean that person is homophobic. You know what I mean? And someone brought up, I watched Gothic's channel, and she was doing a reaction to Tom McDonald's Fake Woke, and she was saying like she heard someone else say, so this is all like she said he said, she said he said, was that homophobic is actually the fear of something. You have a phobia against something. Someone not knowing something, or someone not believing in something, or someone not being ignorant of something does not make someone homophobic, because it doesn't make that person fearful of that thing. So again, it's just one of those words that's been thrown around and being incorrectly used, like the word bigot. You just use the word without actually understanding the definition of that word. But yeah, let's get back into it.
And black lives matter more than yours, just face it. I'ma up this Glock and start dumping. What you gonna do, call the cops? Didn't you defund them? Only thing you do is run your mouth, start running from my...
Yeah. Okay, so most people who believe in Black Lives Matter will say like, no, it doesn't mean that Black Lives matter more than you. It just means we want our lives to matter. Which, if you watch a few of my videos already, you can kind of know my opinions on Black Lives Matter, the movement, and Black Lives Matter, the organization. But I actually agree with him, because a lot of people really do believe that black people are like actually hunted by cops. Like they sit there every morning, they have their meetings, and they write a list, and they sit there in corners like hunting black people and wearing, I don't know, like urban camouflage or something. Because this has been a narrative that has been going through our communities for a long time, and maybe at some point it was true, but it's not true anymore. I actually recently saw a PragerU video on Instagram where they actually talked, they were doing like one of those street interviews, and they were talking to a group of black men, and they asked the black men, how many black men do you think are unjustly shot and killed every year, or just shot and killed every year? And they were like, oh God, it's probably more than you can count. It's you know, it has to be well over 1,000. Someone said it was 1,400 or 14,000 or something like that. Basically, they thought it was bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies. And I'm not sure exactly what year this was done, if it was 2018, 19, or 2020. But I know that I saw the statistics myself, and he was saying like, no, actually it was 9. And I believe it was like, oh God, what was the number of white people? Like 16 or something like that, and 9 black people. And they were genuinely shocked, and they were like, no, that can't be it. And it, like, but it is. It's statistics. It's on the FBI. It's on the list. It's on Google. You can Google it right now. And so, but they truly believe it, because that's just a narrative. And the reason why it's a narrative is because white bodies don't sell. Black bodies do. White bodies aren't sexy enough. Black bodies do. White bodies aren't trendy. Black bodies are, right? And so when a black person, and let me preface this by saying like it's all wrong and it's all sad, all right? I'm not saying like one is better and one is good or anything like that. I'm just pointing out the facts. Is that when a black person is shot and killed wrongly or justly or whatever by a cop, it makes every single news platform. They play it on a 24/7 loop over and over again on every social media platform, on every media. It makes international news. It is the only thing you hear for weeks and days out of a time. Everybody's posting about it. Everybody's memeing about it. Everybody wants to protest. Everybody's outraged. Black bodies create outrage, right? White bodies don't. Nobody cares. Like no one cares. It doesn't get clicks. It doesn't get views. And at the end of the day, when it comes to mainstream media, when it comes to news media, they care about the bottom line, which is money. You're not gonna click if it's a white body. You're gonna click if it's a black body. And the more outrage you can muster up, the more clicks you get, the more views you get, the more money you make. That's the bottom line. So they're not going to put the black bodies on, the white bodies on there, because it doesn't get clicks, it doesn't make news, it doesn't make money, it doesn't get outrage, and it doesn't get views. So it's really weird how like a lot of woke or Black Lives Matter people will sit there and say like, oh well, people don't care about black bodies, where black bodies get the most attention. There were hundreds and thousands of people, millions of people internationally marching for George Floyd. When have you ever seen anybody protest and march for a white body? When? So it creates that delusion or that illusion or that narrative that black people are overwhelmingly more killed and affected by bad or untrained cops than white people are, and it's just not the case. It's just not true. So in that sense, I will say that black bodies are more important than white bodies, that black lives matter more than white lives in that sense. Now the people who are following and supporting Black Lives Matter, I would not say that that's what they think, but I do think in a way he is correct about that. I went a long time about that. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the video. I'm assuming that you guys watched this video already and you're coming to the channel to hear my point of view and not just watch it along with me. So
Point of view, the whole country's crumbling. Hate yourself, be afraid what they say. It's a damn shame, and I miss the old days. Hate your own skin tone, sorry for your race. I don't think they know what's about to take place. Hate yourself, be afraid what they say. It's a damn shame, man, I miss the old days. Hate your own skin tone, sorry for your race. I don't think they know what's about to take place. Whole damn world burning, people so offended. I'm just glad I got a
yeah, so I like the chorus. I like the beat of the music. I like the imagery and everything about it. I like the production of the video. Again, he's kind of doing what Tom MacDonald is doing, where you don't put all that money and effort to all the glitz and glams to sort of muddle your point of view of the video and kind of distract you. It's just like he gets his point across, especially with the burning flag and all that stuff, and it's just simple, and I like that. Not that I don't like fancy videos, but I like when you can, it almost like shows more creativity when you can get your point across while simplifying something, you know what I mean? And then going back to what he said about the defunding the police, I'm going to make a whole video about my ideas about defunding the police on my other channel. I have a political commentary channel that I do that I'm getting back on because it's been a while since I posted. But anyway, but it is funny how like the people who advocate defunding the police the most will immediately run to the cops. Immediately run to the cops. When someone even just looks at, if someone like him, Adam Calhoun, if that's his full name, if he stepped up to any Antifa member, he looks like a big guy. I could be wrong, but he looks like a big guy. They would immediately run to the cops and call for help. But they also want to defund the police, which is just like the pinnacle of like white superiority, but also like that white sensitive lily thing where like, you know, like they'll yell in their face and they're like, oh my god, help me, I'm falling. Like as soon as you like step up to them, it's like, I don't know. Like, and I'm not trying to be racist with the white thing. I'm really more or less talking about the people that are involving themselves in that. And black people do it too. But like, let's face it, most of these protesters, like our Antifa, are like almost 100% white male. Not like they're not 100%, but almost like 90-something, 80% are white male, and then they basically disguise themselves as Black Lives Matter protesters when all that stuff was going down. But yeah, and I don't. And the whole country is crumbling. I know it feels that way. I really do know it feels that way. But I do think that it's kind of dangerous to get black-pilled and just give up. Like, I don't want people to give up, right? So it does feel like that. And maybe it is. Maybe it's America is the end of an era or an end of an empire. I don't know. But I don't think we should just be like, oh, well, it's crumbling. Let's just walk away from it. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
Bunch of guns so I could go defend it. I smack you on my own, I don't need a co-defendant. What you do without that phone? Your soul's codependent. How you feel this day and age, raised to be afraid? It's crazy how they get paid to change the things you say. Hey kids, stay in, don't be out playing. Gotta wear a mask, don't ask the whole...
I'm gonna stop because they're saying a lot of stuff and I don't want to forget what I want to say. Like the whole gun thing, yeah, like... I think it's good to be able to protect yourself with the whole like Capitol Hill thing. I'm sure people are like upset that he even said that. But yeah, like the what is it, the First Amendment or one of those amendments? I don't know if you're gonna come for me with that. You know, the right to bear arms and protect yourself and your family. I think that's really important. My father has father has a gun. My brothers who are in the military, they have guns. And I think it's fairly justified to be able to protect yourself. I don't think anything's wrong with that. The whole like, what would you do without your phone? I love that one. Not that it just talks about like our codependence or our dependence on our phone and our technology, but a lot of these like blue check mark activists, they only have that power and they only have the voice because they have access to social media platforms. They're big and strong and courageous when they have all these people like liking them and praising them on. You go girl and you go sister and kind of big like blowing up their egos. But if they didn't have access to that platform, then who would they really be? You know what I mean? Would they actually put foot to ground and actually go activism? Because most of these activists these days don't do anything but complain on the internet. They actually put no action forward. And protesting is such a lazy way to do it because all you're doing is yelling in the streets. You're not actually putting yourself in a position where you can change anything. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there's no place for protest. For me, I don't think it does much than changing policies. I think it does much to changing social consciousness. But the real activists are the people who dedicate their lives, like really put themselves in a position where they can change something and do something. Oh yeah, I mean, raised in a society where you're literally terrified of everything. Especially in this last year. Like I'm gonna do a video on my other channel about like how I literally watched my family develop mental illnesses because they are so freaking terrified. But they tell you to be scared of everything. Be scared of white people. Be scared of men. Be scared of straight white men. Be scared of like everyone has a mental illness now. Everybody has something wrong with them, and it's like that does something to a culture and a society where everyone's scared. I did a video on my other channel when I talked about how having constant anxiety and fear actually like psychologically push yourself in like a vision tunnel where you only focus on that fear and you only focus on that anxiety. You're not actually paying attention to anything else around you. So the people who are actually controlling the society and the government gets ignored because we're so focused on the thing that we're being told to be scared of and so focused on the anxiety that we don't actually see what's happening around us. If that makes any sense. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna get back into the video.
World's dangerous, they don't care about us, rather have division. Put them in the system, lock them in prison, better pray to your religion. I just pray we go back to the old ways, made in the USA. Home.
I like that change up with the beat. That was so good. Yes, the mask thing. It's nothing wrong with asking questions. It should be really concerning to you when you're told you're not even allowed to ask questions. It should be really concerning to you when you're told that you're not even allowed to have a different opinion or even listen to someone with a different opinion. The amount of doctors and scientists and people that worked in the medical field that have been pushed off the internet or shadow banned because they had a different opinion than Dr. Fauci, which is really concerning, and you should be concerned about that. If it's literally a global pandemic and they gave you one person to listen to, not a board of doctors, not a board of scientists, not different scientists and doctors and professionals in the medical field that can come together with their diverse mindset and their diverse skills to come up with a solution. One person that just came out recently that he made more money than a president. And you want to know why he kept going back and forth and flip-flopping his opinions? Because he did. Because his opinions went to the highest bidder. Made more money than the president. I'm not saying the doctor shouldn't make money, but I'm just saying. And so to me that's concerning when you're told, listen to this one person only for a global pandemic, and everybody else should not have an opinion, and you shouldn't even ask questions about it. That's cultish. That is cultish. I'm not saying COVID doesn't exist, and I'm not even saying that certain medical professional grade masks don't work, not the cloth ones that we're all using. Here's a little test you can do. Put your mask on, put a candle or lighter in front of you, blow. If it goes out, your mask don't work. So yeah, basically just turn this into a freaking cult, and they made it so political that it just made it even worse, but I talked about that in another video. Yeah, amazing. I love it. Let's continue.
Mother brave, hate yourself, be afraid what they say. It's a damn shame, and I miss the old days. Hate your own skin tone, sorry for your race. I don't think they know what's about to take place. Hate yourself, be afraid what they say. It's a damn shame, man, I miss the old days. Hate your own skin tone, sorry for your race. I don't think they know what's about to take place.
That was good. I like what he said before he hit the hook again, when he said we used to be the country of the brave. That's true. Now we're just a country of crybabies and whiners and sissy pussyfied men. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a feminine man. Anyway, that was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I know he actually has another song called like Racism or something. I haven't ever watched that song because I was waiting to create this channel. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. Please subscribe. Let's get to 500 subscribers. Welcome to the subscribers that I have gained so far. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any other Adam Calhoun videos that you would like me to watch, please put in the comment section below. I don't believe I've watched any of his videos before, so they'll all be a first-time reaction. Or if you have anything you want me to react to and review on the internet, please let me know in the comment section below. And thank you guys, and have an amazing